And I'll begin with Russian Foreign Minister saying that trade with Iran will not depend on, quote, the U.S. whim. Sergei Lavrov added the remaining signatories to the 2015 nuclear deal will work out new ways of trading with Tehran if the U.S. restores sanctions against the Islamic Republic. He made the remarks following a meeting with his counterparts from Iran, Britain, France, Germany, and China in Vienna. Meeting dealt with Washington's withdrawal from the nuclear agreement.
European Union High Representative Federica Mogherini reads out a joint statement saying Europe, Russia and China are working on initiatives to preserve the nuclear deal following the unilateral withdrawal of the United States. The remaining members of the agreement, known as the JCPOA, outlined nearly a dozen objectives to which they pledged commitment. These include keeping financial channels open, the continuation of Iran's oil and gas exports, practical support for trade with and investment in Iran, and the protection of companies from the extraterritorial effects of U.S. sanctions.
The participants noted that the European Union is in the process of updating the European Union blocking statute in order to protect EU member states' companies and of updating the European Investment Bank's external lending mandate to cover Iran.
Iran's foreign minister said Tehran would carefully monitor how these commitments are going to be implemented before the official reimposition of U.S. sanctions in early November.
I believe this should send a very strong signal that the international community is not prepared to accept unilateralism, that the international community wants to cooperate together in order to make sure that important achievements of diplomacy are preserved.
Mohammad Javad Zarif said Iran retains the right within the framework of the JCPOA to respond to Washington's illegal actions through countermeasures.
Everybody is aware that Iran has exercised prudence and self-restraint in not implementing those measures, and we will continue to see whether the remaining members of JCPOA are prepared to implement their part of the bargain.
Iran described the Friday session as a step forward, adding that ministers had come to the meeting with clearer and more detailed practical proposals.
Expert-level talks are expected to become more intensive from this stage on, with ministers probably engaging in further discussions on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly session in September. I'm Homa Lezgi for Press TV in Vienna.